talk to you about the LGBTQ community within Lapu and in particular Pajo, or should I say the LGBT community as a whole, as I find the Q or queer definition can mean all sorts of strange things and not necessarily related to sexual preferences, but just queer to the rest of us, and I think you know what I mean. In addition, I also want to look at the expectations of foreigners when they arrive here in the Philippines. Dreaming of meeting that wonderful person who they have corresponded with for the past 10 years, only to arrive at the airport and be introduced to their husband and children. That's heartbreaking. Whether or not they have the intention of starting a relationship with someone belonging to the LGBT or not is simply a matter of choice and a matter of them and for them only. Personally, I'm not involved in any LGBT group activities, although I do support them, not just in the Philippines but worldwide. However, I do feel that the Philippines in particular has embraced and welcomed the LGBT group fully into society. Although there are some isolated cases of resentment, I'm afraid. Resentment not only from the public, but also from family members. Comments can be hurting, especially from those closest to you and from those you love most. But it cannot be easy for them also, you must remember that. The brother you once shared toys with now wants to share his lipstick with you. This can be very frustrating and annoying, especially if it's not your colour. Hurtful comments or isolation can have a detrimental effect on the emotional state of the person concerned. However, these incidents are rare, and I'm happy to say that many are accepted and integrate fully into family life. Let's face it, it can't be easy for any parent going out at Christmas, buying your son frilly panties instead of a Rocky t-shirt. In general, gays and lesbians can go about their daily business without any prejudice at all, as it is only their actions that make their sexual preferences noticeable to the general public. Gays in particular make no attempt to hide the fact that they have feminine tendencies. With their skin-tight shorts, designer handbags, and a wave as if they're shaking a sauce bottle. Lesbians, for that matter, are more refined in their daily outfits. The male lesbian adorns the latest short stylish haircut and dresses in shorts and t-shirt that blends in well with the environment. The only difference, apart from the traditional earrings, rings through the nose, rings through the ears, and rings through the eyebrow, and I assume rings through the bits that lurk below, is that they have two half melons sticking out from under their t-shirt, which they try to disguise as a six-pack. I sat behind a pair of lesbians on a boat coming from Cebu once, and although they were kissing each other, it wasn't like an X-rated film, but more of a discreet show of love and affection, and they were not doing any harm to anyone. The female lesbian was older and was dressed more traditional and was the one instigating the affection, so I assume the older the lesbian, the more hornier they get. Or it could have been the vibrations from the boat engine that was turning her on. I just don't know. But anyway, I watched them for a little while. A quick mention regarding bisexuals. I wouldn't even try to brand a person bisexual if I saw them in the street. It's one of those areas in the LGBT group that you only find out what the person is when it happens to you, if you're lucky and that way inclined. Being bisexual is like a secret organisation where you can pick and choose the situation whatever suits you at the time. The best of both worlds, like eating chocolate that someone else has paid for. However, you can only eat so much chocolate, so I assume a change is as good as the rest. And lastly, in the LGBT group are transgenders. For most foreigners, an experience with a transgender normally takes place in Thailand and mainly around the bars of Bangkok. These experiences are short-lived and sometimes can turn into violence if the foreigner is too drunk that he can't tell the difference between meat and two veg and a pussy. Very often it is too late. Unfortunately, some foreigners are so overcome, excuse the pun, by the situation that they feel they have the right to abuse the transgender. And in the past, this does happen, unfortunately, and has led to a death in Thailand a few years ago. When young Filipino men realise that what they have below can be used for other things apart from pissing, they often seek out an experience with a transgender, or a gay for that matter, whatever takes their fancy. Maybe it's a good thing or not, but it doesn't go without risk. Could this be why there are so many LGBT in the Philippines? The opportunity to taste the menu before deciding what to eat? Can't be a bad thing, but it still doesn't stop unwanted pregnancies. There are many high-profile transgenders in the Philippines who hold governmental positions. I have a lot of admiration for transgenders because these people are trying to become the person their hearts tell them to be. They not only have to change inwardly but outwardly, and also worry how they are being perceived by others. It cannot be easy for them or family members, but in general they are accepted by most, if not all. I find it quite amusing when a transgender friend of mine is called uncle by her nephews and nieces. You see many wannabe transgenders walking the streets, trying their best to look good. Or you see transgenders from the past unable to maintain their slim figure due to excessive drinking or losing their long flowing hair for a bald patch. Life can be cruel, but I'm sure their transition to become a gay can be done overnight. Let the transition begin. There is no doubt that some transgenders do look and act as if they are real women. And if they are lucky enough to be financially well off themselves or have rich parents, they can fly to Bangkok, leave their penis behind and return with a plastic pussy. However, not all transgenders are lucky enough to be in this position, and some just don't want to go under the knife and are quite happy keeping what they were born with. Hormones are easily available in pharmacies without prescription, and these can enhance breast development and a more feminine physical appearance, but you still have to shave. Also, it does not change the appearance of what's down below, regardless of size, and in most cases it can render it lifeless forever. What is frightening is that most transgenders take hormones recommended by a fellow transgender and not by a qualified doctor. Of course, what is good for one person may not be good for another. Can you imagine going to bed with a beautiful lady and waking up to the Incredible Hulk? On the other hand, hormones do have a negative side effect, and that is mood swings. When a transgender is on hormones, the slightest wrong word can send her into an uncontrollable rage or days of silence, which is more common in the Philippines. When foreigners come to the Philippines with the intention of forming a relationship with a transgender, or a gay for that matter, they must remember it's not going to be a bed of roses. No relationship is trouble-free, but you have to remember that there is a cultural difference, a language difference, a thinking difference, a joking difference, a serious difference, a different way of doing things difference, a financial difference, a family difference, an eating difference, and everything that is different. And all of these are inside a head that is inside a body that it doesn't want to be in. This is not entirely the case for gays, as they are content with their bodies. It's just what's in their head that is different. So foreigners, be aware. Don't judge a book by its cover, as they say. However, like I said before, I have a lot of admiration for transgenders, and I find them very humorous and great to be with. So treat them with respect for what they are trying to achieve. Remember, some may be fueled with hormone pills, which can set off a chain reaction like pulling a pin out of a grenade and sitting on it. You'll have 100 transgenders rain down on you from above. I personally cannot imagine what it must be like or feel like wanting to become a woman. Although the thought did cross my mind when I was younger, but football took preference over most things, and I am now too big and too ugly to even think about it. Besides, in the Philippines, I can hardly buy shorts to fit, let alone a dress. But I know one thing for sure, all transgenders want to be loved, and why not? All they want is to be accepted for who and what they are, and why not? Who are we to judge what others feel deep inside? Maybe we should look at ourselves occasionally and pass judgment over the wrongdoings we have done, the pain we have caused to friends and family. Who are we to judge and pass comment on someone we don't even know or understand? Whilst walking around the Poblacion market one day, I saw a man, not a gay, not sure about bisexual, nor was he a transgender, but a man, wearing a t-shirt and it read, "Love has no gender." And I thought, yes, that is so true. What a great caption. And that should sum up what the LGBT stands for. They are all human beings wanting to be loved in different ways. A human being who drinks or takes drugs are normally influenced by others, but those within the LGBT community don't have to be influenced, as they know what they want. And who are we not to give them what they want? Love has no gender. Please remember that. I will end it there. This is just a light-hearted opinion of the LGBT community in Pajo. The ones I have met are fantastic people, very friendly, very funny, but deep inside they all have feelings, and we must respect that and treat them with that respect. Stay safe, everybody, and thank you. And for the first time, I'm going to say please subscribe, because everyone else does it. Thank you. Bye-bye. Trying to turn this off with a remote control and it's not working. Right, I'll turn it off manually. Thank you.